Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another video. This is going to be called something like Gimme 5 Fantastic or Brilliant Song Endings. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've always loved songs which end in a really exciting or dynamic way. There was some research conducted, I read it somewhere, I can't remember where, but apparently audiences will tune in more to the beginning and to the end of a song than they will to the middle. So if you're in a band or you're a songwriter and you want to learn some elements of craft, apparently you can have a fairly mediocre middle of a song, but you must make sure you have a really good start and a really good end. And I love fantastic starts of songs as well, but that's a video for another occasion. But songs which end in a particularly exciting way always float my boat. So I thought it would be fun just to whiz through 5 of my favourites and then invite you to do the same. So I've come up with some categories. The first category I've got for you is just the huge rock and roll ending, which I think anybody who knows heavy metal or hard rock will know this ending. It's this thing where they just do a big, huge finale, and then there's a kind of crunch at the end. And I mean, there are some tremendous examples of it. The one I've picked is Riff Raff by AC/DC. AC/DC had a wonderful way of ending a song as if it was the last song they were ever going to play, and that's a really good example of that. The next category I want to talk about is the cut ending, and this is where a band will rise to some kind of crescendo, some kind of all-encompassing wall of noise, and then they'll just cut. So if you imagine somebody just punches a button on the desk and cuts it. So there are 2 examples of this. The first one is the Beatles song I Want You, She's So Heavy, which is a very kind of grinding, mantra-like song. It was written during John Lennon's, the start of his heroin addiction, and he was deeply in lust with Yoko, and it builds to this very kind of dark wall of noise and then just cuts. Which is very effective. Another song which does that really well is the song Sheer Heart Attack by Queen. Which almost kind of takes your breath away. Another category of ending, of course, is the fade out. And I know some people are not fans of fade outs, and there are some fade outs which are a bit of a cop out, but fade outs can work as long as what's fading out is really amazing. A great example, I think, is the Pink Floyd song Sheep, which finishes with this really abrasive, amazing, repeating guitar riff which just goes on and on and on, and it gradually fades. Which is really effective because you sort of imagine that it's just going to go on forever. It just so happens that you're moving away from it, but it's kind of vanishing off into this world where it's just going to continue and continue and continue. But what's great about that fade out is that as the guitars gradually recede into the distance, you hear the sound of sheep in the fields gradually coming up to replace it. Is just a fantastic kind of Floydian moment, surreal and just a great contrast, and what a way to end a song. It's always good to finish a song with some kind of huge sound effect. So say for example a huge motorway pile-up, as with Kiss and Detroit Rock City. Get up, everybody from the Queen when they decided to actually blow up the universe at the end of Lap of the Gods Reprise. Possibly my favourite song ending of all time is A Day in the Life by the Beatles, which was a song which was orchestrated deliberately to sound like the end of the world, and it finishes with this huge piano chord played on several different pianos, which then just rings and rings. Disappears into nothing. Until you hear, legend has it that you hear the ventilation system on the ceiling at Abbey Road Studios, and you do hear a piano stool creak. So they are my suggestions, just some ideas for exciting and dramatic song endings. Do you have any ideas? So drop some comments down below or make a video if you like, and I'll be glad to watch it. Thanks folks, see you soon, bye.